Hi guys, this is Mike. I'm back with another Python Django tutorial. Last time I said that we would do a lesson on template language, but unfortunately because of time restrictions I haven't got time to actually fit all of that in, so I'm going to do something a little bit shorter, but possibly something that's going to be a bit more helpful to you in the immediate future. The subject that I'm going to cover is the Python Django admin interface. Now, Python Django comes along with an interface that allows you to manipulate your model data through a web page rather than having to do it through the command line. We saw in tutorial 2, I think it was, that when you were inserting information into the database, we did that through the Python shell, or through the Django shell rather, and that was, well, it was boring to say the least, but it got the job done. Now we're more advanced and we know more about Django. It would be nice if we had a little tool that will help us to do that a little bit more simply, and maybe even get some other people involved in putting content into the system whilst we're still building other parts of the site. So how do we get this admin interface built in? Well, the first thing we need to do is we need to go into our project folder inside of our Django example. Now, this is the same example that I've used in all the other tutorials, so if you've gone past through there and you've still got all the code from previous tutorials, this should fit straight in there. Now what we're looking to do is we're looking to open up the settings.py file, and in there we're looking for the installed apps section, and under there you should find that it's already got written django.contrib.admin, which is the module that allows us to use the admin. If you just uncomment that, that's all we need to do in the settings.py file. The next thing we need to do is we need to tell the Django framework about the URLs for the admin. So how do we do that? Well, the first thing we do is we uncomment this line, which imports our admin system from the Django contrib system that we've just made the settings py aware of, and then we run auto discover, and that causes the admin system to look through all the models in our current Django project and see which ones it should be displaying in terms of editing on the website and including the URLs. Now the final bit we need to do is look down here and just include the URLs from the admin module. So in much the same way as we included the URLs from our article app that we've been created, we could do the same with admin. And that's the beauty of Django, is that you can take modules or apps, as Django likes to call them, and pull them out of existing websites and drop them in somewhere else. And as long as you configure the URLs and tell Django that it's something that it should pull in terms of code, then it should be good to go. So again, that's what we're just doing here. We're just basically saying, give us the admin.site.urls and include them for anything that we append the word admin onto the URL for. Now finally, if we go back into our folder for our app, which is article, we need to create an admin.py file, and this basically says to the Django framework, this system has been configured to work along with the admin module. So by putting that file in there, the framework will already know that. We need to put 3 things in there. The first thing we need to do is we need to import the admin object. Second, we import the model that we've got. So from our app article, in the models file, import the article class that we've defined there. So this next line is basically using admin.site and the register function to register this class with the admin system so that it knows or is aware of that admin class. Just fix that. Okay, so there we go. Now I might already have this admin page open because I was messing around with it earlier. Yeah, that nicely broke everything, so that's awesome. What we'll do is we'll just restart our server so that it becomes aware of our new pieces of code that we've put in our files. And we're just going to go to the admin URL on our local host. And it's telling me that I've misnamed my modules Atrical instead of article, and that's in my admin py file. So let's go back, put the T in the right place, restart the server like so, and hopefully that's going to work. Now what didn't happen there is because my browser's remembered my password, it didn't give me this login page. So that's what you should have seen when you first pressed the admin URL. And this is basically the username and password that we set up in tutorial number 2, where we were dealing with databases. It asked us for if I remember rightly, it asked us for our administrator account, and this is the one I set up at the time, which is Mike with my password. If you can't remember what yours is, then maybe you should go back to the second tutorial and go through there so that you can reset up your database with your proper admin username and password. Once you can do that, then you can come back here and log in. Just click the login button and that should bring you up here. And then you'll get the admin for Django, which is very much simple, or much more simple rather, than the task of inputting stuff through the shell. So how simple is it? Well, we've got the add button on our articles list. We've also got groups of tables. Now these are the tables that are created by our sync command when we were first doing our example in tutorial number 2. And it created groups, users and sites as part of the default set of tables that Django would use from the database. This is the only database table that we've actually physically created ourselves. The rest you get for free, and it's all part of the admin system and part of Django's framework. So let's just focus on our articles one. You have an add button, which basically lets you put in a title, a body, a date, and how many likes, and that's pretty much exactly the same way as we did it before, except it's nicely laid out and it's probably a bit more user friendly. You can then click the change button and that will give you a list of all these things, all of the existing records. Also, if you click articles, the title, that will actually give you the list as well, so there's more than one way to get into that part of the page. We can click on an individual article and it will pre-populate the page for us, and if we were to change any of that and click our save button over here, that would update that. And all of this is without us writing a line of code to actually do any of this database work. It simply comes for free with the admin side of Django, which is awesome because that saves hours and hours of coding when all we really want to do is just get at our content. So what else can we do? Well, it's one last function that we can take advantage of, which is in this section called action. So you notice we've got tick boxes all the way down there. We can select multiple or one if we want to, and this will allow us to delete the selected articles. So we don't have to go through individually with each one of these records. We can delete groups of them if we need to, and all of that is part of the default set that you get with Django administration. So that's the end of this tutorial. I hope this was informative and good for you, so that you learn something. If you like this video, please click the like button, and if you'd like to know more, then please subscribe to this channel and you'll get automatically updated next time I upload another tutorial for you. If you have any suggestions or anything that you'd like to learn about, please leave a comment in the box below. Thanks for watching.